Okay, so what you guys are about to witness is Blazing Trails bottle babies and probably the best day of my life. I was just covered in puppies and surrounded by some of the kindest, sweetest people I have ever met. So let's get started introducing you to this amazing organization that you guys helped afford an industrial incubator.
I'm married and have a kid. I shouldn't say that. It's right here.
Just walking up, you can tell the love that exists in this place. So the organization is mainly centered in this woman's house. This is Harrison. He's amazing and I love him. And then inside the house, this is basically the puppy room. You guys are going to get a full tour later, but for now, go ahead and take a look.
Hey, sweetie. Hi.
Babies.
Hello.
Welcome to the chaos. Come on, boys.
This is Shayna. She founded the organization, and I'm kind of desperately in love with her. She's like adorable.
Give me my shoe.
Hello, everybody.
Give me my shoe back. Give me my shoe.
Okay, I can't do it anymore. I have to do this. Oh my God. Look at you, you precious Angelina.
This is Blaze, the adorable three-legged dog that started this all. You will hear more about his story later, but for now, we're going to give you a little tour.
Sorry. Okay. Sorry.
Hello.
Okay. I thought I'd last longer. I did. Hello. Hi.
Julian.
Oh, there's more. There's more.
Okay, and fair warning, I'm going to freak out basically this entire video.
You're so good. You captured the hearts of me. Yes, you did. They're so warm. You're good. Hi. Sorry. Oh, ah! Sorry. Okay. Okay. All right.
There's more.
There's more? Oh my God.
The next puppy you guys are about to see is in the unit that you paid for. You guys are saving this little puppy's life. And in a little bit, we're going to see what the process is like to actually care and feed for this little guy. Again, this is all you guys, and I could not be more proud of you.
Look at your booty. Look at your booty. From the beginning, when neonates come in, they are less than 2 weeks old. They are placed into this incubator. Little Lucas in there is 5, 6 days old now. So he will be in here for a little while longer. We have a wipes warmer, a nebulizer if he needs treatment for that, if he's got respiratory distress. We have him on oxygen right now, so we have an oxygen machine. This is the scale, and we have a towel warmer so that we always have warm baby blankets for them. Let's see, what else do we have? This is all of our medicines and supplies. And then as the puppies grow, they go into a pack and play from about 2 to 3 weeks old until they are 7 weeks old. Right?
Who do we have here?
We have Lilith, who's the white one, and Delilah, who is the black one. These girls are 7 weeks old now. And from there, they grow up, and at about 10 to 12 weeks, we separate them from their siblings, so they'll stay together for now. And then we will separate them when they're about 10 weeks old, and they'll go into this type of enclosure, and they'll stay like this, playing during the day and staying in a crate at night until they're adopted. My closet. This is where I keep all of the stuff that I need to use to save the babies. I make supplements for them, the GI probiotic supplement, We have all the medications and literally everything that we need in this closet, including a puppy. Over here, I have a fridge just for vaccines. So I keep all of our vaccinations in here so that we can get our puppies taken care of. And then we have the bottle station with the sterilizer and a warmer, all of our bottles. And nipples, depending on the size of the puppy and how they're doing, we might need to use a small nipple or a special syringe. And then this closet is our food supply.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, my dog would destroy this.
Yeah. All of our food and formula and everything else is in there.
Can you just tell me how you got started doing this?
So, I fostered, well, let me back up. I was on Facebook one day and I saw this little puppy. I'll send you the picture of him on Facebook. He was missing his front leg. His mother had chewed it off. And the message was, please help. Can anybody help this puppy? And so I didn't know what I was doing. I had never bottle fed a baby before, but for some reason I wanted to help him. So I said I would take care of him. I had to build my own incubator from scratch. We made one out of a tote. We learned as we went. I researched everything. I found that there's no information on the internet about how to take care of a neonatal puppy. There's no rescues that exist in the state,
Really?
specific for neonatal puppies. There's about 4 in the whole country. There's one in Texas called the Bottle Brigade, and there's like a few other ones that just take in neonates that are orphaned. So we're very specific and special that we do that. So I learned as I went, and I raised this puppy. It's Blaze with his 3 legs, and I kept him. He's our baby, and I felt like this was what I wanted to do with my life and start a neonatal rescue for puppies. So we have been open since January, so we're brand new. We have rescued 39 puppies so far.
That's great. Since January?
Since January.
That's incredible.
And the goal for the whole year was what?
25 for the year.
Wow.
Yeah.
How many of you got adopted out?
16.
That's so great. Oh my gosh. Wow.
So we have several in the program, and then with the neonates, we've had a lot of losses. We've lost about 11 so far.
And I have to ask, what is that like to try your hardest? Because like there's a lot of people, including me, I would love to foster a dog, but I just feel like I would keep it forever. And even the possibility of losing one seems so hurtful. So how do you deal with that loss, just personally?
It's really hard because I fell in love with every single puppy with my whole heart every single time. But knowing that they were not going to have any chance at all without us, and that I tried absolutely everything that I could, and that I learned something from the experience that I can help save the next one, is what helps me. I don't know, Amy, what is it for you?
Yeah, I mean, it's the same. I mean, knowing that without us, they really don't have any chance whatsoever, and we're giving them, we are giving them a chance. They're knowing care and love and, and everything at the end. The loss is definitely very hard. It's devastating each time. But the success stories help make up for it as well. Seeing what these guys that are thriving and that are going to get adopted or are adopted and are going to have a great life going forward, that makes it worthwhile.
And I have to ask you, because I was very impressed with the way that you were able to talk about these dogs last night, the way you were able to talk about like the formulas that you give them and the care that they have. What is it like to just be raised with this wonderful bundle of chaos?
I love it because I love little baby dogs. How do you not like this? How do you not like this?
And what advice do you guys have for someone who might want to do this themselves?
I would say fostering in general, not necessarily neonates, because it's very specialized, it's very difficult, and it is definitely not for everybody. But fostering in general, people always say, oh, I couldn't foster because I would keep them all.
Yes,
And
yeah.
it happens. My first foster, I kept.
Me too.
Yep. They call it a foster failure. I foster failed a guinea pig. I foster failed a cat. You know, it happens. But knowing that you can't, you know, there's going to be ones that fit at the right time in your life for your family, your pack, and everything else. And there are going to be plenty that you love with all your heart, but you just know it's not in their best interest, and it's not in your best interest. They're not. It's not the right time, and it's not the right animal. But you serve as a stepping stone in their, you know, in their life and getting them on to the next phase. And I mean, so for the 3 that I did foster fail, there's been almost 150 others that have gone through, you know, over the years. But they're there because you help out and you make a difference.
That's incredible. That's so incredible. Oh my gosh.
We have 3 different levels in our program. So we have 3 different types of fosters. Amy is the only neonatal specialist. So the tiny babies that come in, either myself or Amy will take care of. And then from there, they'll go to the bottle babies fosters, which is where the stage Lilith and Delilah are in now. From that 3 weeks to 7 weeks when they stay in a pack and play. And then when they're big kids.
Sorry, I have to show this. I'm trying so hard to pay attention, but this is so cute. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I don't know what.
I'm trying so hard to be a professional and be like,
With the puppies. With the puppies.
There's puppies. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
The other reason to foster, the doses of serotonin.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah. So if you want to foster, there's different stages to fit your lifestyle. If you work from home, or you are a stay-at-home mom, or if you work outside the home, there's a puppy for everybody.
Just once again, like, I'm trying so hard to interview properly.
Oh, our surprise is here.
Okay, so I've just been told that there's a surprise coming and I don't know what's happening and I'm here for it. Let's see. Gosh.
Frankie.
Oh my
Frankie.
Hello, you sweetheart. Oh my gosh.
He is so cute.
Frankie. He's very strong, so be careful. He'll jump right out of your hands. You got him?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my God. Can I bring him in? Yes, please. This is the best day. Oh my God.
So the reason why we wanted Frankie here is because when we got him, he was in the incubator, itty bitty like that one, and now he's adopted and living his best life, so you get to see full circle. So this is the whole thing.
What do you guys need? Because I know on your website you have a place that somebody can just donate directly. I know you have an Amazon wish list. What do you need? Do you need supplies? Do you need doctors? What's the thing that if we could wave a magic wand you would have? Other than more
Fosters. Yeah.
Probably funds.
We always need donations because as we have more fosters, we need more money to take care of more puppies. But we can't do that without more fosters.
So this is how to bottle feed a newborn puppy. This is done every 2 hours, night and day.
So first, you have to stimulate them to go potty. So I have to wipe his little bum until he pees and poops. Okay, so after that's done, take my hands. You have to prime the feeding tube so that there's formula through the tube. And then, getting a step. Okay, so first you have to measure the tube, and you do that by feeling for his very last rib and putting the tip of the tube up to his nose. Hold it there, and then I'll mark it. I gotta put it back to mark it. So we know what length to go. And then I double check my mark to make sure. If I do this wrong, I risk going into his lungs or rupturing his stomach.
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna lubricate this tube. And then gently open his mouth, and I'm gonna just start going down his throat. And when I get to the mark, I'm gonna hold it there. And slowly. Pinch the tube so that no air goes back in. Pull it out. And then I'm gonna burp him like a real baby. You gotta.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
And then he's all done. He goes back in his warm house.
Very insecure, so I went to see him first. And just getting to meet Amy and then getting to meet Shayna, I was like, oh my gosh, I want to have, we called it wine and waggles or coffee and cuddles. You know, we want to do something like that just because they're awesome. Their heart is really in it. So that was so special for me.
That's another reason I love meeting people who do charity work. Is like you can feel their heart. Like the second I walk, is like this is a love room.
Yes.
But like really,
I know what you
stupid,
mean.
but,
I go to farm sanctuaries and volunteer at farm sanctuaries because I like pigs too.
So okay.
So you can go play with pigs at the sanctuary too.
Wait, is that an option?
Not today. Wait a minute, but it is totally an option for you.
I can come back! Pigs are my favorite animal. Josh! Oh, you're recording.
So I know what you mean by the love because as soon as I get there, I feel it. But they so factory farm pigs, like the big hogs, the bacon, that's what they rescue and save and stuff. Yeah. I like puppies, pigs, and pit bulls. That's my thing. Are you best friend?
We had a puppy named Lulu. I don't know where she is currently. I think
She's
she went
with
to
the Next Step Bottle Foster.
Yeah. So she wasn't really moving, just kind of fading away. So we tried, or had an eye infection, sorry. So we took her to the vet, and they wouldn't treat her because they weren't equipped for the right things, or they wouldn't just open the eye up and clear it out, because they didn't feel like doing it. They weren't comfortable doing it.
Wow.
So we tried taking it to an emergency vet, and this is an emergency, and it's an emergency vet, so Shayna texted my mom an article for them to, or there's this one drug that's like, you don't want to give it to puppies, but there's a safe dosage
Okay.
for them. So she sent that article to my mom, and they didn't even want to read the article.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
They didn't want to read it at all. They just wanted to go off of what they had. So, what did we end up doing after that?
So Luta had a eye infection when her eyes were still closed. She was still young. And we had actually Lilith, the white puppy, had the same thing. And Shayna had taken her to the vet, and the vet actually looked online how to open the eye, and took some little bitty scissors and did open so that we could get antibiotic drops in there to treat the eye infection. And so when this happened with Luta, we knew this is what needs to happen. And I did take her to a vet and told them that we've seen this before, I need more drops, and I need you to open up the eye. And she was like, yeah, no, I'm not going to do that, you'll have to go to the eye specialist. Which it was after hours at that point. And the other thing was, like Garrison had said, she had started not eating, was acting sick, like she was fading, and Shayna had done some research on, I believe it's another antibiotic. We have Clavamox that we treat a lot of infections with, but this is a stronger one-shot antibiotic, and it does say, package is, don't give it to puppies under, it was either 8 weeks or 8 months, I don't remember. And so the vet was like, I'm not comfortable giving that. And I asked Shayna to send me the research that she had to show, the dosage that is safe and that puppies have been treated with this. And the vet wasn't even interested in looking at it or reading it. So we looked out. We kept Luta on Clavamox, and that seemed to work. And I kept up with the eye drops. I just basically would try to pry her eye open as much as I could.
Yeah.
I was getting fluid and stuff to come out, so the drop. I knew there was at least a little bit of an opening that I could get the drops in and get it medicated. And eventually, after a couple of days, luckily she was old enough that the eye started to open. And
That's incredible. I never would have assumed that a vet would be like, I'm not
And
doing that.
it's because they're not equipped for it.
Yeah.
they're so small and they're so fragile that they're just basically like, there's really nothing that we can do. And it is hard to treat when they're that small, but it's very frustrating the fact that they won't even try. And that's why, Shayna's getting us equipped as much as possible with the incubators, the oxygen tanks, the nebulizers, the supplements and medications, whatever medications we can get. I have a very, very small version of this setup, but I have, stuff at home to give subcutaneous fluids, and I've got the oxygen tank. I've got the older professional incubator. So like Shayna said, we now have 2 points of intake instead of just one. So we can do double time.
Where did we find them? Where did these come from?
So these puppies were found in an abandoned house. Somebody was alerted that they were there. There were 6 puppies. Funny story, we were told that they were all boys and they turned out to be all little girls. They were in very bad shape when we got them. They were emaciated. They hadn't been fed in days. They had fleas. They had worms. I'll show you what they look like. They were in terrible condition. So we got them when they were 6 weeks old, and we have been taking care of their medical needs, growing them up, and now they are 12 weeks old and they're ready for adoption. This is Onyx. Onyx is super smart. She has been fostered with a trainer, so she's really advanced in her training skills. She knows sit, she knows down, she knows leave it, she knows crate, she knows how to look for eye contact, so she's very advanced. She is potty training. She hasn't had any accidents for me today or overnight. She goes potty outside. She's perfect. She's wonderful. Okay, this is Olive. Olive is a sweet, cuddly girl. She's more reserved than her outgoing sisters. She's quiet. She loves to snuggle. She wants attention. Olive is being fostered with her sister Juniper, who got adopted. So now she's alone. So she needs a family of her own now. Fig is the biggest girl. She is she's super smart. She's also being fostered by the trainer, so she has all of the skills that Onyx does. She's potty trained. She loves to play. She's very adventurous, but she also is super cuddly and sweet. She's going to be a big girl, and she's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, I should have asked, what kind of dog are they? Do we know?
They are pit mixes. And this little nugget is Delilah. She is only 7 weeks old now. She is a sweet little girl. We got her the day she was born.
She's the one I came to boop.
She was the runt of the litter with her sister. They were both runts and weak and unable to nurse. We've had them ever since they were born, and her personality is just starting to come out. She's quiet. She's cuddly. She's shy and reserved still, but she's still just a baby.
Well, so I fell in love with Frankie's profile. Shayna does an amazing job, I was just telling her, of making the puppies feel like their story. I connected with Frankie's story. I have 2 adopted children, 2 of my 4 boys, and they came from rough beginnings. And so this, his story of having a very rough beginning, little Frankie, really connected to my heart. And so I just felt like he needed to be part of my family. But he was still on the bottle. And I think that worked out really well for us, since I have a bigger dog that I also rescued. And so she said, well, we can train you to bottle feed. And I was like, okay. So I bottle fed him and fostered him and did his care till he was old enough to be adopted. And he's just fit right in, and he thinks he is as big as my other dog. He doesn't know he's tiny and mighty. But he is definitely, he's brought nothing but love and joy, and a little bit of stress because he's tiny, and I just want to keep him safe and not step on him. But he lets us know he's very vocal because of the beagle in him. And actually he skews more beagle in his personality, and his nose takes him to beautiful places, and he's a good boy. He's really smart. He can already sit and go down, and he can touch. So he's doing great.
Yeah, as someone who's incapable of training a dog, it's amazing to me that you guys are saying like, oh yeah, they're like 2 weeks and they can roll over. Like
Oh yeah. So I had to order his harness, and so I had to look at small, and then extra small, extra small. We landed at extra small. 3 guys back from the smallest, right?
So you guys keep saying he's grown and he's so big now.
He's so big.
How small are we talking
He
initially?
fit in my hand easily.
Maybe about like this big.
Oh my God.
Like not even the size of my hand.
So the point that on the information, it said he was 0 pounds, and I said, oh, they didn't enter his weight.
No.
And they called it, that's accurate. That's accurate. He was 0.5 ounces when I was like, oh, I've got to see him.
my God.
See what this
I
is
can't
like.
adopt a hamster.
Yeah.
And he was about this. He was 3 ounces when Shayna first took him in, and he was maybe 4, 5 ounces at the most when he came to me a few days later. So
Wow.
teeny tiny.
And he had wounds. I mean, you were
Oh, yeah,
like the critical care nurse.
Yeah, his tail
was amputated.
was raw. It
Yeah.
was amputated, and he had on one of his back
Yeah.
feet.
Yeah, he's missing a toe.
Yep, there was a toe missing, and
This
then
one here.
the nail on the toe next to it had fallen off. I don't know if it's
So
grown back.
he has only one toenail missing. All the others are there, but
Okay.
yeah. So he was kind of in
So-
bad shape, and she had to nurse him back.
Yeah, and we have to be careful. It's with the incubator, the heat and the humidity. We've got to keep it very clean so that bacteria doesn't grow. Keep the wounds clean. With the tail being near the potty area, you got to make sure that nothing gets in there.
I know I should be focusing on the humans, but I just keep like
okay.
scrolling in on the top.
Their dogs are the best part.
And doggies are the best part. So now he's got a cute little nose.
And how is the big dog adapting to having a little dog?
So they've done great. I have some cute videos of them playing, especially since he was bottle fed and he was so tiny when he entered. He didn't come like barreling at the big dog, so she was able to kind of acclimate to him, and they've done fantastic. I mean, fantastic. And she's very gentle. She mouths him, but her whole mouth can, it looks like, okay, scary, but they're just talking, and he takes, he climbs all over her, and she loves it.
Isn't he the cutest puppy in the
Oh
world?
my God! I think I can't believe you guys keep saying he's gotten so big. Right?
I mean, he's gained a pound since I've had him since May 9th.
Wow.
He's gained a pound. Probably more than that because that's been since last time we weighed him.
It's amazing.
I feel like he's so thick. I mean, he was so tiny.
Well, and also I think it says a lot that you wanted to come back and be here for this, and just to show them.
Oh my gosh,
She's doing good.
Yes,
Like,
I want to support them fully because, first of all, when you're a mom and you know what those nights are like, where you have a newborn and you're taking care of them and you're exhausted and they still need to be fed, but to do this for a puppy and to do this sacrificially over and over and over again, that is a sacrifice that these girls are making. These beautiful women are making all the time. So I'm all about it.
I've had people who've adopted, or I say adopt, who've bought from a puppy mill, and they'll say, couldn't get out of there fast enough. And it's so nice that you want to come back and be like, look at the progress, look at that. Like that means so much.
I send them Frankie pictures
Yes.
all week long. Like pretty much. I was like,
we
I'm
love
sorry, I'm so sorry.
No.
But I have to share this with you.
I think I send more pictures of my dog than my kid.
100%. 100%.
Personally, I like but it feels good for Frankie knowing that he's in a good home and doing well.
Yeah, that's so sweet.
Yeah.
That's so sweet that you would say
So
that.
I always like getting those updates.
Well, then, I'm in love with it.
I know.
I have 4 boys. I could take you home.
So Blaze has 3 legs.
Yes, so this is Blaze. He is 3-legged. It doesn't slow him down one bit. He's actually our rescue's mascot.
Goodness.
So Mom actually bit off part of his leg, and then I think his little nub had to get amputated because it was getting infected.
Okay.
I think.
We brought Blaze in about a year ago now. He's 11 months old. Shayna saw a picture on Facebook with a small dog that had just been born, and his leg had been chewed off by his mother. So we took him in and raised him up, not knowing what we were doing and what we were getting into, but we loved what we were doing. And despite our lack of knowledge at the time, he survived. He was a real fighter, but we had to have the rest of his leg amputated about 3 months ago.
So after spending the day with these people, we couldn't leave without a puppy. Come on, I'm only human. So this is Onyx, and this is her meeting Tank for the first time. We think it went pretty well, but follow for updates. We'll see what happens. Hi, Tanky, I miss you. They look okay so far. Oh, they look okay so far. Ding.